Welcome to With the First Pick, where we're going team by team to build a perfect 7-round mock draft. Who is on the clock today? We're breaking down the LA Chargers, their biggest needs, best fits, and sleeper picks that could make their draft. And by the time we're done, you'll have a complete blueprint for how they can dominate draft weekend. That's Mike Renner. I'm Ryan Wilson. It's time to get on the clock. Let's build a perfect draft for your Los Angeles Chargers. Mike, they start off with pick 22, tight end, wide receiver, defensive line, edge, running back. And they have to be a Jim Harbaugh man. So what does that look like to you? Let's just start here, because this is where the conversation begins. Where are the tight ends? Producer Stryker. Looks like your guy Tyler Warren's gone.
Warren's gone.
So what do you think?
I love Loveland. And I think
I feel
Jim Harbaugh does too. Well, I'm saying I think Jim Harbaugh does too.
Oh, okay.
He's not necessarily, I mean, if you're picking probably for that offense, you'd probably rather have Warren, just the inline stuff. But
yeah.
Loveland's so young that it's like, dude, he could be. I mean, think about what George Kittle was listed at like 235 at Iowa when he was a third-year player. He wasn't the run blocker that he became in the NFL. I think with Loveland, you see enough that if he continues to get stronger, he really could be. And like, if you go to LA and play for Jim Harbaugh again, you're going to learn how to run block at a high level. So yeah, I like Loveland here a lot.
I'm with you. The pride of Idaho, headed to LA. Justin Herbert gets another weapon and one fewer reason to have an excuse. Hit the button. Producer Stryker. That wasn't a shot at Justin Herbert. I like Justin Herbert, but I would like him to play bigger and bigger games. All right, pick 55. So let's see here. I will give you a little sneak peek in my 3-round mock draft that comes out next week as we record this, Mike. Mm-hmm. I had Colson going first, and then I had, and this might be a little too rich for you, but I just couldn't not fall in love with the upside, Deion Walker.
It's not too rich for me. I love
okay. So let's see if what the interior defensive line looks like, Stryker, and see if we can talk Mike into Deion.
Is he there?
He's down. He's down there a little bit.
I'm down. Take it.
Oh, nice. All right. So this,
I think Jim Harbaugh, if there's anything he's ever done, that one position where he's gotten the most out consistently of, it's defensive lineman.
Yeah.
Every defensive lineman that's played for him, whether it's like Justin Tuck, Ray McDonald back when he was with the 49ers, or even Poona Ford last year, it's like every single guy seemingly has had their best year when they play for Jim Harbaugh. And if you can get the best out of Deion Walker, the best could be insane.
Exactly. If you can unlock that and it looks like 2023 and then build from there, it'll be we'll look back and say he should have been a top 10 pick.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Pick 86. We are now in round 3. So got the tight end, got the defensive tackle, go wide receiver, go edge, go running back, even though they signed Najee Harris.
I'm interested in what the wide receiver looks like at this point. Because I think third round, like all they need is just like another reliable target, right? Quentin Johnston, completely unreliable still. Mike Williams just can't separate out of a paper bag at this point. You want someone who's sound. Gosh, I mean, I don't love Royals, but the top guy here for me is Kyle Williams, but
let's take your guy. That's fine. Like I do love Royals. I know you like Kyle Williams, and if you think he makes sense here, take him here. I'm not going to be opposed to that. Let me ask you this though: why Kyle Williams over, let's say, Tez Johnson?
I think he's got better speed. I mean, he had better tested speeds, had better speed numbers at the Senior Bowl. Just much more of an outside. I mean, he was an outside wide receiver. It's outside versus slot. I think Ladd is a slot, whereas Kyle can be outside. You are a little in danger of having too small of a receiving core. I mean, Ladd's not a massive target. Neither is Kyle Williams. But I think they're interchangeable, or they're like two different roles enough that you can make it work.
And by the way, if you're getting open consistently at the top of your route, it doesn't matter if you can't be 5'4", but you can be 5'10" or 5'11" and be okay with that. All right, Kyle Williams it is. Love it. All right. Next up, pick 125. We are in the 4th round. So 2 offensive weapons, defensive linemen. Q Robinson, the situational pass rushers at the top of this board, but we can go in any direction.
I'm intrigued by Jaden Blue in that offense. I'm a little.
He's got some juice.
right? Just a speed back. You got just a complete lack of it right now.
It's disrespectful to
Harris.
Najee, but okay.
Sorry. But, like Jane Blue or even Bashul Tootin.
Yeah, let me ask you about Tootin, because I love Tootin and I haven't heard a lot about him. And depending, like I have him, I would take him on day 2, but I feel like other people feel differently. What are your thoughts on Tootin? And he can move too, as just like Jaden Blue can.
He had 9 fumbles on 363 carries the last 2 years.
Yeah, I was coming at you about Dylan Sampson.
Yeah,
Fair
that's a problem. And he had 1 more as a receiver too. So we had 10 total fumbles the past 2 seasons.
One of the few times you ding a running back for being able to catch the football. Oh, by the way, he fumbled it.
Right. I have not. I've not seen fumbles to that degree, and I think I can't remember a guy who had that bad of a problem. Yeah. So that's like the worry with Tootin. It's just that he gets into a building, won't stop fumbling in practice, and then just he will never see the football field if that's the case.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Okay. Jaden Blue, I would like to see him run through contact better, but he'll get older, stronger. I'm fine with that. He's plenty fast. He can help you as a receiver as well. And he does add some much needed change of pace, to put it politely, than what Najee Harris gave you. So let's do that. Bashal. All right, next up, pick 158. Oh, let's see here. What are you thinking here? It's one of those situations, again, where this team doesn't have a lot of glaring needs.
Yeah, I think defensive line. We threw one dart at it.
Okay,
Deion Walker, though, is like a very boomer bust dart that we threw.
No, that's a good point.
I think maybe getting a little higher floor sort of defensive lineman at this point in the draft, maybe an edge too, just someone that can see the football field, because they lost a lot from that rotation from a year ago.
Yeah, for sure. I'm a huge fan of Tyrion Ingram Dawkins as sort of a tweener. I think he's like 275. I think he ran a sub 4.5, and he plays sort of from 3 technique on out. Mm-hmm. Tim Smith is solid. I think he'll be around. Tonka Hemway was a fun player on that stacked defensive line at South Carolina. Jai Joyner's got some juice coming off the edge. He had a pretty good Senior Bowl, and I think he ran 4.7s, maybe if not a little better.
Gosh, Yeah, I mean, we are at the point of the draft where I don't see any of those. Like all these guys, I don't feel like they're value picks. I think of them, Tim Smith probably my top pick for them. But
love it. Yeah, he's as solid as they come. I think his 5-star coming out never really lived up to it at Alabama, but he was playing at Alabama, and he's a good kid, so he's gonna be great in the locker room. And you know what you're getting, play in and play out. May not be flashy, but he'll do what you tell him to do.
He can be a solid run defender, like 2-down guy for them.
All right, Tim Smith, let's do it. All right, next up. I think we're pick 181. Is that where we are? Striker?
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, what else we got here? Let's see. We've gotten tight end. We've gotten our wide receiver. Gotten 2 defensive linemen. We could go edge. We got a running back.
I would love, he's just sitting there on the board, not necessarily a need, but if you're going to develop a guy, Emory Jones at this point, it's worth taking a chance on to develop, especially in that offensive line.
Yeah, and he'll probably play guard, I would imagine. Again, we were just joking about moving guys around, but he's a guy that I think you move inside. He's
your Mekhi Becton, basically when injuries strike with Mekhi, unfortunately. I think you could say that that's likely at this point, just given his history. He could be your insurance policy there.
No, I like that. That's a good pick. I like that a lot. All right. 4 picks to go.
Gosh, they got a heavy day 3.
Yeah, 3 more 6th-round picks. 2 of them are comp picks. But first, we have pick 199. And this one is just guys that give you the best chance to have success. So what are you thinking here?
I'd be interested in one of those speed wideouts. Dante Thornton, Keandre Lambert-Smith. You already got Kyle Williams, but like after your top 3, so after Ladd, Quentin Johnson, Mike Williams, Darius Davis, Brendan Rice, Jalen Reagor, kind of just guys like you could take a chance on someone who's like a pure speed guy to be that when you go to 2 wide sets, something like that, to be a vertical threat. I'm
with you. Lambert-Smith sub 4.4. Dante Thornton's 4.3 on the dot.
Who do you prefer between those 2?
I love Dante Thornton. It's just a
Okay.
go ball, throw it up and let him go
Yeah.
catch it. My comp
Go
for
for
him
it.
was Martavis Bryant coming out. Martavis did a little more route running wise, but the thing with Dante is that he's 6'4" and 205, so he's pretty thick
He flies,
and
dude.
he
I mean, he
flies
is.
and he makes
His top
contested
speed
catches.
is crazy.
So at this point in the process, it feels like, and you bring him in, like, you know what you're getting. He's going to run deep ball, run go routes, and then you start deep balls. And Justin Herbert, I don't think can outthrow him. I'm fine, but Lambert Smith's a good player too. So I would lean Dante, but I'm fine with either.
Yeah, go Dante, just
All right.
because just basically the routes they'd have him running. I think Lambert Smith might have a better chance of actually cracking like a real wide receiver role, but I think Thornton as just a pure deep threat is probably as good as it gets in this class. Just in terms of the top speed.
All right, pick 209. We're in the comp pick conversation. All right. Let's see. A lot of quarterbacks. We got some more running backs.
I wouldn't even, if Tyler Shuck's here, why not? If you're the Chargers.
I mean, he is as close probably body composition wise to Justin Herbert, right?
Yeah.
He is big. Yeah, let's take Tyler Shuck. And I think he was actually a senior when Justin was a freshman in high school, so that works out as well. That was an old man joke.
I was going to say, I think they're the same age.
So the quarterback room is it's only Taylor Heineke. He's the only other quarterback on the roster. So that absolutely makes sense. And realistically, I know you like Tyler a little better than I do. He's probably going to go day 2, right?
It's all over the map. The quarterbacks are always difficult to project. It's not like other positions. But if I had to bet, I would bet day 2.
Yeah, it feels like it. That's okay. Look, he's a good player, and he's just played a lot of football, and he's battled injuries, and we've had that conversation. All right. Pick 214. One more comp pick before we wrap this thing up in the round 6. All right. What do you want to do here?
So we haven't touched linebacker or secondary. I think with good reason. They're deep at both those, but I'd be curious to see who's on the board here at those. Because, you drafted Junior Colson last year. You had the 2 rookie corners in Still and Hart that played out their mind for 5th rounders. So curious to see who's on the board here.
All right. So what do we got there? Striker, Elijah Clark, Keaton Crawford's interesting out of Nevada. Jason Marshall, I don't mind him out of Florida. RJ Mickens, his dad Ray Mickens played. Malachi Moore, incredibly smart out of Alabama, not incredibly athletic, however. Anything jump out at you?
I think the top guys on my board right now of those are going to be Smile Munden and Hunter Waller.
All right,
Wisconsin safety.
We can
with either of them.
We have 2 picks, and we can take one, and if the other's there, take the other. So let's start with Smile Munden.
Okay.
Another player I like a lot more than some people. And then Hunter Waller out of Wisconsin, who I do believe was at the Senior Bowl, right?
Yes.
I think he was. At this point, it's so hard to keep up.
Don't draft Kyron Lacy.
Hey, man. I liked him so much in the fall, too.
Oh, I think Waller got picked. He got nabbed right out from under us.
Who took Waller? Producer Striker out there leaking our secrets to other teams.
We should have traded up. The Giants. Oh, great pick, Giants.
Jordan Hancock had a really good workout at his pro day last week, and I do like him as a tough sort of special teamer / guy who can take some snaps for you. And Dante Trader's a good player too out of Maryland.
Okay, either of those guys.
All right. In a previous version of this, I took Dan Jackson because I love the way he plays in terms of being a headhunter, but I won't take him again here. All right, let's go with Jordan Hancock out of Ohio State to wrap this thing up.
Dan Jackson robbed of a combine invite. Robbed.
Yeah, he was. And then he ran really well. Ran sub 4.5 at his pro day, I believe. All right. What we got here? Colston Loveland, Deion Walker, Kyle Williams, and then Jaden Blue, the speedy running back out of Texas. Tim Smith in the interior defensive line. Emory Jones, won't call him developmental, but certainly a good athlete. He's probably going to move inside to guard at the next level. Dante Thornton is legit 4.3. Tyler Shuck as the backup to Justin Herbert. Smile Munden out of Georgia at linebacker. And then finally, safety at Ohio State, Jordan Hancock. And that wraps up the perfect Chargers draft class. Make sure to subscribe to NFL on CBS on YouTube and download with the first pick wherever you get your podcasts. And stay tuned for more perfect mock drafts because we are hitting all 32 teams.